What do we got? We got ourselves D Morse here on Team Blue with Duratam Boy. I like that name. We got Hit Face, easy job. We got Christia, and we got MMO Parks. I think Hit Face, he probably was like, what should I make my character? Well, what does my class do? Hit Face? Easy. We got ourselves also Azure Shiv on Team Red with Hamburger playing that Feral Druid. We got Loopy Hunt in the back playing, I think, Marks with a Beast Mastery. We got Mac playing as a Fury and TM Silithus playing Assassination, most likely. Christian getting opened on by Hamburger. Off the bat, Hamburger is going to play that extra survivable, extra tanky Feral, getting hit with a Hodge, as Christian only has those bleeds ticking down on the blood of the enemy. Big blood of the enemy coming down for Hamburger. Chickens out of it as he gets hit by a bike, but that's going to be Chicken Wall immediately. Saw the blood of the enemy, thought, you know what, Wings blood, I better pop something here, dude. I'm not even bare for him. And actually still getting cleaved right now. Second wall coming out immediately. Christian is just slashing right through Hamburger. That's going to be Hamburger's bike right now. Christian is going to bubble Hamburger. Still in a bad situation. If he gets another Hammer Justice on him, he's actually done for the count. Barely any health left. Christian does not get a last judgment in there. If they can only catch up, get some cooldowns rolling, that would be a Hodge kill secure. Christian is going to have to go for a little bit of re-heal. The Feral does get to stealth away. Is going to have to get opened up on. Hamburger, this is your game to lose, my man. Another Hodge. Christian does not have wings this time. Still decided to go for that Hodge. Might still have enough right here. Does not have enough. Bash is going to secure Hamburger. That survivability is going to be able to buy himself a little bit more time. Christia needs to go through as many finishers as possible. Pretty sure they're running a talent. The more holy power you spend in a finisher, the faster you get your Hammer of Justice back, which is what you need in order to secure a kill on Hamburger. He's going to want to try to play around Thorns. He's going to want to try to pop Thorns at full health as he gets Hodged. So then by the time Christia is done bursting him, Hamburger got Christia low and he can turn that damage around. That's what he's looking for. Christia is playing a Blood Elf. If they can go for for a bit of a Blood Racial, that could be good. That's going to be... Chill the Vengeance coming out, not going offensive for Christia. That's a choice that might have actually... That might have been the game changer here. If he went offensive with that Shield of Vengeance, that might have actually ended the game, but Hamburger is going to play it super safe. So we'll see if Christian can still come back. Hamburger should have a tricky coming up very soon. Christian might have some cooldowns coming up soon. Maybe wings, maybe 1 minute long wings. Hodge coming out, no thorns for that. Christian's gonna go for the blood of the enemy into execution sentence. Huge holy power damage. Bash into Christian before he can even get a Templar's Verdict crit in there. And Hamburger's looking to get away. Christian still has wings available for a little bit. Do they get the Templar's Verdict? Did he just juke out the Templar's Verdict? He just slept away on the Templar. So that's gonna be Templar's right here. Wall be able to back up for Hamburger. Gets hit with a bike. Short stun into Christian. He still has Blessing of Protection in case things go bad. And Hamburger wants to peel away. Blessing of Protection coming out early for Christian. Hamburger already got away far apart before Christian could capitalize on a hand of protection. Christian, though, should have a full set of wings, too. Hamburger is going to have a trinket this time. No wall again. No walls available for this man. No walls in this relationship. It's an open book. Christian is just looking for the guy. How is Christian going to come back here? The next trinket is going to be perfect for Hamburger. He's actually going to send a bike at Christian. Without CDs, actually Hamburger's taking out of that Hodge, and Christian's on the defensive, and actually he capitalizes on a big damage in the opener. Hamburger taking Christian down easily. Christian, I think they had a good chance there. As soon as Hamburger had no trinket, you need to line up a perfect set of wings. Full damage setup. Maybe use a bubble or a bop to like immune yourself so you can continue trucking damage. But couldn't quite do it. The best thing to do is if Hamburger is lower on health. So you got to get up, you got to get them lower, Hodge them while they're low, and burst. And that would have done it. They didn't have all the cooldowns available. Wake of Ashes was one of the GCDs they used. And that just made it super rough. Next up is going to be Hit Face. As his trading blows with Hamburger, does land a kidney shot. Is that going to be full Vendetta right now? I'm not seeing a Vendetta. It does seem like he is going to be going for... What? Music? Hello? It does seem like he's going to be going for a little bit of a setup with a Maledict. That might be enough on its own. Thorns are up for Hamburger, and Hit Face is going to pop a Cloak of Shadows and Evasion Vanish coming out just to catch up to Hamburger. Does he have enough? He doesn't sprint. Garou does line up on Hamburger. I think he might be down regardless. Hit Face used every cooldown in the book just to get a setup onto Hamburger. That's going to put him behind in the next duel. Next duel is going to be against Mac, playing the Fury Warrior, but Hit Face is playing Assassination. No evasion means he's just going to take all that damage shredding to the face. No vanish available means he is just going to have a hard time peeling away, but the dots are going to be huge. Mac actually choosing to trinket out of this early. Does have the Arcane Chicken second up on the hit face. That could be quite a bit of damage. It's going to get a charge to hit face again. You see keep him slowed the whole time. That's going to be disarm on the Assassination Rogue. Blind onto Max L. It's Max A, but I'm going to call him Max L. It's just so much easier. I don't know. You guys know what I mean when I say. I'm not trying to be rude either. Max A. Is it guys? How do you tell Europeans? How do you say his name? Mac Z-E-J. Does a Z make a different noise? Does a J make like H? Max A? Max A? It's like Max Hey, right? Mac versus Hitface. Getting hit with a Stormbolt. Mac still doesn't have a trinket for a minute. Hitface though should be getting cooldowns back little by little. 30 seconds left until that evasion. He might be able to live long enough. That's going to be getting a shot onto Mac. And he's going to try to see if he can peel away. He's getting dots rolling onto Mac. Might even be able to get a cooldown out of him. Mac may be looking to get himself a big heroic leap on top of Hitface. Not look like it's going to be happening though. And Hitface gets himself a reset yet again. Mac, can you just say yourself some cooldowns rolling, my guy? Get those Stormbolts up and running. Keep this rogue in combat. Catch up and chase. Big leap into heroic charge is going to be good. But him having only one heroic charge is going to be a little bit rough. Hitface taking all the time in the world to buy himself as much time. He didn't hit with a Stormbolt in the opener, but now he has all the cooldowns, so he can actually stand toe-to-toe with Mac. And the fact that Mac doesn't have a trinket for a while, it's going to be huge. Maledict rolling up. That's going to be disarm onto Hitface. He's looking just to get away, get himself a self-heal. Using Crucibles defensively, and that's going to be a big shadow step to get around Mac. Mac is going to go for a leap right now. That would be a perfect opportunity to leap back up to the Rogue. But it looks like he's just going to wait it out a little bit. So that Mally actually ended up not getting the most value. Shortest sap in the world. Hitface is going to catch himself a bit of a reset. Max still not chasing. Like, he sees where the Rogue is at. He's just not chasing after the guy. Not leaping, not nothing. Stormbolt onto Hitface. This is where Mac needs to get himself a massive rampage. Trinket coming out with a fear onto Hitface. He still has a trinket and his racial as well. Evasion up for Hitface as he's Mac popping in cooldowns. Let's start for Mac here to survive a little bit. And actually taking a lot of damage right now. Is that even a Vendetta rolling the guy? It doesn't even look like it's Vendetta. It looks like that's just Assassination Rogue dots rolling on the guy. Mac does not have any health. Hitface, cheap shot coming out. Nothing he can do with an end Venom. Mac just played that way too passively in my opinion. And that passiveness did not pay off. Hitface taking that kill. Who's up next? It is going to be Azure Shiv. So it's a rogue versus rogue duel. As per always, guys, if you're a rogue and you're not dueling, be out of stealth, please. If you are a druid like MML Prox, be out of stealth and out of cat form. Appreciate ya. But it's going to be a stealthy duel between Azure Shiv and Hitface. And it looks like Azure Shiv might be walking towards the eye, maybe going to go for the Vanish trick. Or maybe he's just going to wait it out. Only 17% dampening left. So we can still get pretty high into dampening. Good morning, Dalaran. Happy streaming, buddy. Oh, thank you, Lee Jones. We're going to see a sap onto Hitface by Azure Shiv. I like the rogue duels because I can chat with the chat a little bit. Cheap shot opener by Azure is going to go for the full Vendetta on the opener. Full damage setup and everything. Evasion early, so Hitface doesn't have an answer. Trick is out of the blind right now. Hitface is still in a very bad spot. Cloaker Shot is coming out. Does get himself a concoction. Throwing a Maledict onto Azure Shiv. Hoping to see, maybe you'll see a Cloaker Shot is out of the guy. Does hit him with a Crucible inside of a Smoke Bomb. Hitface using the Warlock Hellstone to get himself a little bit of leverage. Maledict onto Hitface. Doesn't have anything on Azure Shiv. Does take him out. Here's the first one who found him. Committed that full Vendetta. Hitface should have tricketed way early as soon as he saw that Vendetta. Tricket blind. Did not have any cooldowns to work with on Demors. Is going to be the next guy on Team Blue. Destro Warlock versus Azure Shiv. Does he give him an honor duel? He could actually get a Succubus CC right as Azure Shiv goes to get away. He does have the Succubus in stealth. He could go for it. No, he's too honorable, man. Way too honorable of a boy. But that's going to be Destro Warlock. Unless he's Affliction. He could be Affliction. I would love an Affliction sometime. Or Demonology. I know Demonology is like, oh, he's Succubus, but some demons actually do roll Succubus. Like in the opener or something. You'll use your Succubus and you'll swap out the pet later. But that's going to be a Succubus CC off the bat as Demors does get hit with a cheap shot after a Garrote. He's going to have a little bit of time to cast himself a fear into a Casbolt. Immolate does come out with a Conflag to follow. Could go for a Casbolt right after. Azure Shiv is going to get those Crucibles in there. Could go for a Shadow Step. Shortest fear in the world. That's going to be a Casbolt double coming out onto Azure Shiv. 2 Casbolts back to back. That's quite a bit of damage in the opener. Is going to try to go for a little bit of reset. Not going to happen. Horror Effect coming out as Azure Shiv, I think, was trying to go for a reset. Trying to go for a Vanish. Actually got the Vanish off as he got hit with a Horror Effect. So that's a perfect re-stealth for him. That's actually quite perfect. Wow, look at that. So now he gets himself a full reset. Demor's can either go for the eyes right now. Both eyes are available inside of the room. 30% dampening rolling in. As a Jurchev is just perfectly fine just resetting. He's not going to go at him. He might be able to get himself a bit of a crucible, bit of a heal, concoction rolling. Demor's might as well go for the eye, dude, because these rogues, they'll wait and sell the whole time. You might as well utilize it. At least make an attempt or something. Azure, though, full back on health, has cloak, has vendetta. Did he just pick up the eye? I think Azure might have been the guy that picked up the eye just now. Did he do it to see the pet? Might have been a bold move there. Fear short onto Azure. Does get hit with a come flag right after. Another Fear. Trick inside of it. Does he get an interrupt? Oh, Chaos Bolt. Cyclotronic Blast to follow. Burning a cloak against that Cyclotronic. Get the shot onto Demors. He tricks out of it with a wall. That's going to be Azure. Is actually open up. 2 Chaos Bolts. It's going to be 1 Chaos Bolt. Does he get a second one out? Shot of Fear to follow. Does get a stun. Any ability to work with right now. 1 come flag will do it. Trying to go for Drain Life and does land the Drain Life kill at the end. Azure Shiv waited all that time. You know what I hate? When a rogue waits this long for all the cooldowns to be back except for Vanish. And he still loses? Oh, man. Good attempt, though, Azure. Good attempt. Better luck next time, my guy. TM Silithus is up next as Assassination. Oh, Subtlety. I'm very happy to see that. Trying to go for a mark for the kid shot onto Demors did not happen. It's going to have to take a couple of those incinerates and flags back to back. It's going to go for big damage. It's a Succubus CC. Does he trinket it? Is that every cooldown? That is not his Shadow Blades. That is not his Shadow Blades. He's just committing some of the cooldowns. Not what tricketing yet. Horror Effect to run him in the other direction. Does have Shadow Step if he needs to. That's going to be a port. Actually, Shadow Step right before the port happens. And TM is actually in a good spot to get himself a little bit of line of sight. But Demors is able to escape regardless. 43% dampening at rolling. 43%. It's going to be harder for TM Silithus to come back here. Needs to get some kind of a CC chain going on Demors. Is that going to be full damage? Blood of the enemy coming out. Is he going to be able to get big eviscerates? DFA coming down. Big damage, but not the biggest we've seen out of DFA before. Fear to fall into TM. He does cloak shadows out of it. Interrupt onto Demors on the Chaos Bolt. I could have just waited because he had cloak. Cheap shot again. Does he have the Succubus CC to follow? Demors is actually getting lower and lower. Safety Chickens does come out for him. Vanish coming in for TM Silithus. Shadow Fear to follow. Actually landing the Shadow Fear on the Rogue. Does he get him out? He does get him out of stealth actually. Cyclotronic for Silithus from a distance. Demors can't stop it. And he actually might just melt to that Horror Effect onto TM. Fear interrupted by Silithus. You get in that Nibblin and a Cataclysm to follow. Could be anyone's game and does go down to an eviscerate. TM Silithus does take him a blind order to Jordan Boy. Who chickens out of it, but chickens out late as TM Silithus does have himself sprint. I don't know if Jordan Boy has Stormbolt or something. But that rogue escape, that execute, that was the closest game against the Warriors. He actually got an upper hand on him by having that Cyclotronic Trinket. Demors can't stop it unless he has, well, an interrupt. And the only way to do it is to have the right pet. And all of the Warlocks are always going to run, you know, that one pet. Is he Magar? I didn't realize you were Magar. But that's going to be Jordan Boy trying to go in for his Magar racial as you saw. But not getting the most value. Rockets flying. Does he hit Silithus? Ooh, tried to hit one side. That's a ballsy trinket, by the way. That's a really bad trinket, too. The rocket trinket. At one point, it was good, but Blizzard nerfed it to the ground since, like, Season 1. So it's really not worth running ever. No matter with higher item level, it's always going to scale super low. That's going to be a cheap shot opener. And he's actually got himself Shadow Blades. Blood of the enemy coming out. Could this be the big setup? Is trying to get those big DFA going. That's not going to be huge. Actually getting Jordan Boy to about 60% health, but it's going to be a disarm on the downfall for that DFA. Maledict rolling onto TM into another kidney shot onto Jordan. Wait, maybe the first kidney shot actually, because cheap shots are huge. Short stun onto TM, and he's actually not looking that good. Fully necrotic out. That's going to be Jordan Boy also popping in rage regeneration for himself. Does he have a charge here? Actually, TM catching a resell. Zerka's Rage not available for Jurachan unless he's waiting to use it a little bit later. Might be saving it for a better opportunity. But that's going to be, oh, Blade Storming the opener as TM gets a Mark for Death ready. Jurachan Boy should know that a Mark for Death kidney shot should be next right after that with that Mark for Death ready. Backstab's coming out on TM, but they're doing no damage at all. For sub-rogue, backstab is only a portion of your damage. It could be a vanish on a TM right now as Jurachan has cooldowns rolling. This will be a perfect time to vanish. Hopefully Jurachan has some sort of a dot onto TM. And Silithus, oh, somehow gets himself out of stealth. Catches a reset off of blind for a second. Shortest cheap shot in the world. Does he have anything to follow here? Trying to truck damage into Jurachan. Could be anyone's game. And oh, the rogue is down to the execute. Jurachan does use the Warlock Hellstone at the end. But Lippy Hunt isn't going to get him. Isn't going to let him live past that. Oh my god. And Loopy got to be up versus Prox. Last man left on Team Blue with 3 people to get through. Actually, not 3, because Zhuchev, it looks like he has health, but he doesn't. Also, Loopy Hunt is down too. Hamburger. So it's all Loopy Hunt versus Unplugs. For some reason, they're showing up on the UI like they still have health bars, by the way. So it's not my choice here. It's someone with a UI bug. But Loopy getting shredded, melted to those dots. Didn't even stand a chance. Prog just popped every CD and that's it, man. Double Crucible, dots, bleeds, done. That was so good, dude. Oh my god, TM just had the closest duels, dude. Rest in peace, Rogue, man. Rest in peace. What didn't help him at all, though, is somehow he got out of stealth. I think maybe the warrior ran some kind of ability or maybe a trade that puts a dot on you. Something. Oh, hot blood, cold steel, or cold steel, hot blood. That's the one, I think. Did he even run it? Hold on, we can actually see. It was not Duratam boy. Did he run? Yeah, gushing wound. So he does have gushing wound. Maybe that's what was on the rogue. Or no, cut of death. That's what might have gotten him out of stealth. Oh my goodness, all the words with cutscene. Katiku. It's Getiku, but I always call it Katiku. Because it cuts, get it? Haha.